What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe, and this is episode 4 of Saturday Morning. And this is just a little segment on my channel where I like to get in front of the camera and talk about some of the cool news that I saw in the week prior in the world of comic books, comic book movies, and action figures. And thanks for everyone who's been checking out these little episodes. I really hope people are enjoying them, and I really want to keep them up. So make sure to leave comments and let me know what you think about them. And yeah, thank you for everyone who's out there checking them out. But let's get right into it, starting with the leaked photos from the Shazam movie set. And it looks like somebody was on set, probably like an extra. They took like a really awkward side picture of Shazam in his costume, and I think they look pretty cool. Like I think that he looked pretty good in his uniform there. It looked very bright, and it looks like they're gonna be embracing like the I don't want to say corniness, but maybe like the goofiness of Shazam. And like, you know, I really hope that they go with like a positive, like heartwarming story for Shazam. I know that kind of sounds funny to say for like a superhero movie, but I really hope that that's the route that they go. Something like, you know, families can enjoy. Not really in the way that Marvel does it, but like, I don't know, kind of like the way that maybe Disney would do it, like a Disney movie kind of feel. I would love that from Shazam, or like a, I don't know, it's hard to put into words what I mean, but I do want to see like a positive, you know, heartwarming Shazam movie. As funny as that sounds, I know that there's a lot of like different stories and different versions of Shazam, but I think the most like popular vision of Shazam is, you know, he's a young boy in a superhero's body, and it should be like a fun, adventurous, like, you know, positive story. And I really hope that they go that route. And by the looks of it, it seems like they're really embracing the whole feel and look of Shazam. Of course, this is just one picture. You know, you could kind of read into it as much as you want, but you know, it doesn't look like they're trying to modernize the suit, and I hope that they don't do that like in, you know, in post-production or whatever. Hopefully they just leave it as goofy as it looks. I think that it looked really cool in that picture. Only thing I wasn't really feeling was the cape. I do wish that it was this more classic look instead of like a longer, you know, like double layered cape or whatever. It was kind of long, but you know, it's not a big deal, just something I noticed. But yeah, I think it looks cool, and I really hope that they go forward and embrace like the bright goofiness of Shazam. And the other thing that I saw out there that was really interesting is that Fox is gonna go crazy and like try to fast track a bunch of different Marvel type of movies. And there was a bunch of news floating around, but the thing that I was most excited about in all of that is that Brian K. Vaughan is going to do a script for Silver Surfer. And if you're not familiar with Brian K. Vaughan, you really need to get familiar, because he's awesome. He's probably one of the best comic book writers out there. He's definitely one of my favorites. He writes Saga, he wrote Y the Last Man, he wrote The Runaways, or some of The Runaways anyways, and then he also writes Paper Girls, which is a good comic too. But Saga is one of my favorite ever, and yeah, he's awesome, and I think that he'd do like a great job doing a Silver Surfer book. I'd love to see like a story based on Norrin Radd when he was like on his planet before Galactus came, and maybe Galactus comes like halfway through the movie or at the end, and he's like a monster type of thing, or like a really scary type of thing. Because I think Galactus is like really ominous, and you know, Silver Surfer's really ominous, and I think that'd be like a cool feeling to have in that movie. But it'd be awesome to see how Norrin Radd was before he became Silver Surfer. I'm sure there's stories out there of that, but it'd be awesome to see that in a movie, and I think Brian K. Vaughan could make that really, really dope. So we'll see. I'm really interested to see how that goes. I know like with a lot of these crazy like early studio leaks or whatever, there's always crazy information flying around. Who knows if anything will ever come of it, but I think that's a pretty cool matchup, you know, Silver Surfer and Brian K. Vaughan. But yeah, we'll see, but that'd be awesome. Another thing that was pretty interesting is that the Avengers is going to be moved forward from May to late April, and I think that's pretty cool, and they really did it in a fun way. There was like a Twitter exchange between Marvel and Robert Downey Jr., and it resulted in them announcing that they'd be releasing Infinity War in April instead of May. So that's pretty interesting. I think that's going to be cool. It's very exciting. You know, we're going to go straight from Black Panther into Infinity War. So that's dope. I really can't wait for that. And that's it for movies. For action figures, there was a couple cool things. Marvel Legends revealed the second wave of Infinity War figures, and that was going to be the Call Obsidian Build-A-Figure wave, and that's going to include Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's going to include a new Thor and a new Black Widow that we haven't seen before. And then they had the a Malekith that was a little bit different from the Comic-Con version, and then Black Knight, which I'm really excited for. I'm sure that's going to be one of the most popular figures in that wave. And even though I'm not really familiar with the Build-A-Figure character, he looks pretty cool. It sounds like he came out in the Jonathan Hickman run of the Avengers, and I did like that run from what I read, but I only read like like the beginning, and I thought it was pretty cool with Ex Nihilo and all that, but I didn't get that far to see the Black Order, Thanos' like crew that he runs around with. But that character, the Dark Elf, Cull Obsidian, or aka Cull Obsidian, looks pretty cool. I think he's gonna make for a pretty fun Build-A-Figure. So I don't know if I'll pick that up, but I am interested in seeing how it looks in hand, because a promotional picture looks pretty good. And another pretty cool thing that they revealed was a new Marvel Legends 3-pack that featured Thor without sleeves and an eye patch. It kind of looked how he looks in the trailer for the Infinity War, so I'm sure he'll look like that in the movie a lot. And then there's a Rocket Raccoon that pretty much looks like the Rocket Raccoon from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 wave. And then we see a Teenage Groot, and that's awesome. So I'm very excited about that set too. You're going to get 3 figures, probably for the price of a 2-pack, you know, probably like 40 bucks or something. But we'll see. It does look cool. That's an interesting looking pack. For some more Infinity War stuff, Figure Arts, you know, came out with a bunch of photos on Friday showing that they're going to be doing a bunch of Infinity War figures. They revealed a new Iron Man, a new Black Panther, a new Black Widow, a Star-Lord, Captain America, a new Spider-Man in his Iron Spidey suit, and a new Doctor Strange, which looks pretty similar to the one that they already released. Same thing with Star-Lord. Both of them were pretty similar to their original releases. And then they also showed a Iron Man and it kind of seems like with those accessories that the new Iron Man armor is based on the Invincible Iron Man. I'm not sure if that's already news that everybody knows, but I just realized that with these Figure Arts figures. But it does look pretty cool. That figure looks awesome. And the one that everyone's going to be crazy excited about is Thanos. He looks amazing. He makes the Legend one look even more like garbage than it already does. But yeah, he looks amazing. He looks so dope with his Infinity Gauntlet. I can't wait for Thanos. Most likely I'll probably get Thanos, Black Panther, maybe Cap. You know, I'm always down for a Cap figure, and I think he looks pretty cool. And then maybe Spider-Man. Unless Mafex comes out and reveals that they're going to be doing that same version of Spider-Man, then I won't get the Figure Arts one, because Mafex will probably do a better job if Homecoming was any indication. And that's pretty much it for figures. A couple of cool things, you know, but it wasn't like there's a crazy amount of news. It's probably going to be slow on news for action figures because of Toy Fair. I'm sure it'll be, you know, probably another month before we start seeing a lot of stuff again. But I really like the stuff we saw for Infinity War, so I'm very excited about that. And the action figure spotlight this week is going to go to the Super Scroll here. And this Super Scroll is from one of the Marvel Legends like offshoot kind of sister lines, and I believe that it was called the Fantastic Four Classics line. I'm not 100% sure, but it was by Toy Biz, and they had a lot of really nice figures, including Super Scroll here. And this figure's just amazing all the way around. He has really nice details. He had interchangeable arms, and I don't have the normal arms anymore. I gotta track those down. I think I used them for a custom or something way back in the day. But yeah, I don't have them, so I gotta get a pair. But it was really cool to have the interchangeable arms, and it was awesome the way that they they showed the different powers of the different Fantastic Four members. I haven't messed with this figure in a while, but I took him out to see how he looks next to the new Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic, and I just forgot how cool he was. He's a really awesome figure. Toy Biz really used to kill it back in the day, and they actually reused this mold for the Kree Skrull 2-packs that Hasbro put out a few years ago, but they weren't nearly as cool as this. And yeah, and they also had a couple variants where it was like an all-flame version, an invisible version, and I think that might have been it. But yeah, this is really cool. He's very articulated. He has a lot of nice articulation, double-jointed knees and elbows. Actually, not elbows, but the alternate arms did have double-jointed elbows, but these are obviously too big. But yeah, he's this really super cool figure, and he still holds up. So if you're able to pick up one of these figures, I suggest you do it. I think they've become pretty expensive at this point, but he's definitely worth having. But yeah, that's it. That's the action figure spotlight for this week, Super Scroll. And just for a quick channel update, I should have some new reviews pretty soon. The Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic review should be up pretty soon. And then I should be reviewing the Nightmare Batman from Mezco. And I live in California, so when it comes to the Mezco site exclusives, I feel like I always get them last. They must be shipping from the East Coast. There's a bunch of awesome reviews already out there. Book Nice from Articulated Comic Book Art has a really nice review up. D Amazing has a review up. There's a couple guys out there that have some really good reviews, so check those out. But I will have a review. You know, I'll be doing a review as soon as I get that figure. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so that's it for channel updates. And another cool thing that's happening this this weekend is today and tomorrow. There's the toy show locally that I like to go do in San Jose, California. It's called the Time Tunnel Toy Show. They've been doing it forever. It's pretty awesome. Sometimes there's some pretty cool guests there. But you know, it's always guests from, like, you know, old TV shows. I think like someone from the Brady Bunch is going to be there, so it's pretty funny, but it's awesome. It's pretty much just a huge flea market full of action figures. I love to go to it. I always have a good time and always find some pretty cool deals. So I don't know if I'll post any videos or any hunts or anything like that this time around, but we'll see. But it's a fun time, so I don't know. Hopefully I'll see some cool people down there and all that cool stuff. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Saturday Morning, and tune in next week for episode 5. Thank you very much. Peace.